What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it one time. Now, let's get into the reason why certain situations are happening the way they are. We're looking at a case where you see. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. You see different scenarios starting to rear its head. In other words, you see artists changing representation, changing directions, so you can have a bit of an idea of what we mean even more, more vast. Artists are always in a fight with their record companies or their managers or the consultants that work with them. You have a lot of people in your ear telling you what you'll have a decision, you'll feel a certain way, you do it. That doesn't work anymore when you're in a business. You have an idea, you have to share that idea, then you get the feedback from the idea, then you move forward with a meeting to discuss the idea some more with more people. Then they're going to weigh in options. Then they're going to find a way to try to revamp your idea or shoot it down altogether. Now, with that being said, the scenarios have always changed for certain artists. Like their image. Artists always fight for their image. Your image is who you are. What would you believe if I told you they tried to change Rakim's image and put him in more colorful attire? They felt Eric B. and Rakim, looked too much like gangsters. They always were in dark colors. They want to lighten them up. Since they couldn't get Rakim to smile, they was like, at least smile a little bit so we can put you on television more. You would sell and cross over so much better. You would go over so much better if you would just smile and wore some more colors, okay? You can still wear the leather. They got it in light blue. They weren't having it. So Rakim was one of the people that fought for his identity, even though it might have been more lucrative for him to try these new things. I'll give you another example of what I'm talking about. Lil Kim. How many of you guys know Lil Kim now? When Lil Kim first came out, she was entirely different from how she is now. Biggie had Lil Kim in a certain way that he wanted her to be looked at. He had her as a female mob boss. Big Mama. And he got the idea based on the fact that he saw a movie back in the day called White Mama, Black Mama. And he saw Angela Dixon's movie, Big Mama. And she was basically running these girls and she was a boss. And he was Big Papa. And they were going to be like the mob family. Now, with that being said, I'm going to tell you like this. I got to give it to you straight. That's how it is. I'm gonna give it to you straight. Lil Kim, right? Being that mafioso, mob boss, female, bossed up, Big was gone. She had no more direction. She needed someone to bring her out of her funk. So they rode the same wave she was already on until it was time for her to, come out with her new thing. So they changed her entire image and made her, instead of the female mobster, to the black Barbie. So when she came out with that black Barbie sound and driving in all these light colors and hair's out, she's got diamonds glittering, she's in pink cars. This was a whole contrast as to what she was doing beforehand. The image change went over well. She had more fans now international than she ever had before. And she became a modeling agent, basically, modeling for all these different people, and had different relationships with, talking about personal, like business, personal relationships with Louis Vuitton. And she was the first rapper in history, not even male or female, to have contracts from like Donatello and all these other designers. Now, other people whose image they try to modify or enhance. LL Cool J. When he came in the game, he was Lady Love's Cool James. So that was his narrative. But he never ever wanted to be in the lane of, I'm just some romance guy and I can't rock the mic. But the record company, especially after the I Need Love hit, really wanted to paint the narrative of LL being a sex symbol. They're like, no, 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 no. I was thinking of you, no shirt on at all, right? And you're ripping muscles in this water. They had some French guy, Russell Simmons, knew. Russell's, yo, look, I'm telling you, you make this song right now, it's gonna be big, right? We're gonna have like this oil, and then the water's gonna hit the oil and stuff. And the way the water run when it hit the oil, cause see, it doesn't just run all the way down; it runs slowly. So when it's gonna look great on the camera. We got this guy, he's from French, man. He's got all these French movies. I don't even know what they saying, man. There's some bad women on it, man. Yeah, trust L. Yeah, just trust me, L. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. He's like, man, it is like 34 degrees outside, man. We gotta get this shot. We gotta get the shot. Come on, L. So this guy comes in and directs a black and white romance, basically mini movie called One Shot at Love, and LL's like, I'm done. I can't go with this narrative. I'm losing my identity. People have to know I'm LL Cool J, the greatest rapper in the world still. I'm known as that. I am ladies love Cool James, but Cool James is an MC. So I can't lose that identity. So that's how you had the Mama Said Knock You Out. LL had to go back and reinvent his image again to let people know he was still LL Cool J. There have been plenty of businessmen who came along into the rap business who have success with other artists from other companies. And to get certain rappers out of contracts, they tried to change their names. And I'll never forget, they tried to get out of a contract that they were in, and they weren't happy. DJ Quik was advised to change his name to just Quik. which was a great idea, but he didn't like the terms of the contract that he was going to be offered. He would have belonged to a very small company when it comes to hip hop, but changing his, image was something that the agent who was there was able to implement to him and said, you need to be more of who you are. You're trying to juggle too many hats and trying to be Eazy-E. You got to stop trying to be Eazy-E and be you. Now, DJ Quik came out and he was already doing what Eazy-E was doing. He had the Jerry curl and everything when he first came out because that's what they rocked. He wasn't trying to be Eazy-E and none of those guys. But that's how people dress on the West Coast. So, Quik listened for a little bit, but he wasn't too business savvy. And he made a lot of mistakes. He did things too late. He saw the writing on the wall too late. The agent was trying to let him know he needed to change his name and move and change his identity because he was talented as far as production. He said, yeah, that's a good idea, but somebody got him high, I guess, and said, nah, man, you DJ Quik, and you do this, man, you from Compton, you part of the Trees. So, next thing you know, he sticks around too long, and everything that guy said came to light. And then, after being blamed for Biggie, what happened with Biggie Smalls, when that happened, the people was like, I saw DJ Quik, and his name was getting thrown around as a person that did it, and he had nothing to do with it. Quik immediately went to that guy's suggestion and changed his entire image. DJ Quik was no longer the guy who was wearing the black plaid coat with the red bandana around his hand. He was not that guy at all. Matter of fact, he was wearing turquoise colors. He wasn't wearing red anymore. He went and changed his sound to more smooth sounds and everything. His hair was more slicked down, straight. And he looked like he was going to the disco club. A lot of you guys don't realize that identity changes are very hard and they're very taxing on an artist. A rap artist have to change their image. They're changing their lives. Because now they have to live this image. Some people can take it, some people cannot. When Busta Rhymes came out, Busta was the rah-rah guy. We do the bus. We do the bus. The only thing about having a high energy type of rap flow when you first come out is the thing that eventually you have to slow it down. And then you just have to start ripping and rhyming. So when he had Touch-O-Matic, and it was such a major song and a major hit, Busta was back in the picture. But Busta was no longer the high energy guy he used to be anymore. Because at that time, changing of image was everything. 50 Cent has been the same energy he's been, period. And he had no reason to change because he came out being who he was. So when you saw 50 Cent, they say, okay, we know you the 50 Cent, the gangster G Unit, but we got to try to sell you over. Make the ladies, sympathize with you more. So they put him in a feather hat, put him with Snoop Dogg, and gave him a Miami sound, a fake Southern thing, and trying to make him feel like he's Southern and trying to sell him to the South and everywhere else. and make him a sex symbol, a pimp. They're thinning up his mustache, making it real thin, taking these photo shots of him with his shirt off. So girls, girls like danger. So they wanted to sell that. But he's a pimp. He's a P-I-M-P. So they sold the narrative to get the women. 21 Questions showed him in a vulnerable position with a female. And he's like, man, this guy's got it. We could sell him. And that's how you sell 15 million records. Now, you listen to those songs from the G-Unit mixtapes. Of course, we love the G-Unit mixtapes. But the people who like 21 Questions, majority of them ain't gonna listen to that. So, you gotta pick what it is that you want to do as far as changing your career. Now, back to Busta. There was another artist, Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, who came out with the world-class Wrecking Crew, came and changed his image into a gangster rapper and DJ named Dr. Dre. Then, from that point, he wanted to change his image completely. From being Dre, the chilled out, smoked out, chronic guy, he didn't want to be that guy anymore. He didn't want to be looked at as that guy. He wanted to change his image up by working out and becoming more like 50 Cent. Eminem, Dr. Dre, Busta Rhymes, Exhibit, a lot of these other guys started this workout program where Dr. Dre consistently worked on his body because he was getting big. So he cut out drinking, he started doing all this workout and calisthenics, and an investigation broke down about steroid use that named 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, and Busta Rhymes, and a host of others for taking this steroid that was banned, this supplement that was banned in the country. But everybody back then had a body like 50 Cent. They just walking around like, what happened to him? What happened to Nelly? What happened to all these guys? Everybody's trying to look like 50 Cent. Now, the problem was people who didn't have a workout regimen in their lives, immediately once you get off of working out, only thing left is you're going to just blow up. And that's exactly what happened to them. Blew up. You're like, man, dude used to be super skinny. Now you're like 500 pounds almost. What happened? Then they got a big old belly. They ain't been in that gym. They ain't been working on the things that got you to where you are. Dre is the only one to keep up. You saw Eminem turn into a Macy's Day balloon before he start getting back on the treadmill and getting himself back in shape. They like, look, man, we need you to get back out there and go to work, man. You gotta go back to work, brother. So with this being said, the image is important. Hip-hop artists and their images are very important. And we brought up Nelly. Let's go into Nelly. Nelly was the little 45 pound, little skinny guy who was out there with the Saint Lunatic. Man on diamond, high Crisco. And he had all the popularity. He had all the little street girls, the little teenagers. He crossed over so well working with Kelly Rowland, and he was incredible of an artist. But somebody felt it was a need to cross him over, and it was mostly Nelly. Nelly said, you know what? She met Tim McGraw at like an airport or something. They hit it off real well and said, you know what? We need to work together. It might have met at an award show. I don't know. It's top of my dome. But then they do the song All in My Head and got together, and it came out wonderful. Everybody loved it in the studio. But now it looks like to Nelly's core audience, you selling us out. You turned into MC Hammer. So after this, Nelly decided to try to get his fans back in an immediately fast way. Too fast for everybody's liking. Videos were way too raunchy and way over the top. Drop down and get your eagle on. You got girls dropping down, getting their eagle on, and the video was so raunchy it could only be aired at like midnight. Like right now, drop down and get your eagle on would be a great video. But for that climate, it was, what is, no way could I drop down and get your eagle on, and then parents are seeing their little girls trying to drop down. Mom, get my eagle on. Oh, no, you're not. Who told you that? Nelly. So that becomes a bad problem for your marketing brand. So Nelly had to switch his image again. And this time, he's all looking like a bodybuilder. He's got his shirt off. He's taking all these pictures. He's wearing a Kango. And I'm like, he looking like he LL Cool J. What is he trying to do? And he's taking all these shots, and the people around him, I guess, told him, like, you know what you look like? You look like a young LL Cool J. That's what we need to promote. We got to get behind this. Then he does a song on Tip Drill. I wouldn't change it for nothing. Only a crazy man would. Taking LL Cool J's line and putting it in his rhyme. Nelly was trying to be LL. Lost in an identity crisis. He forgot what made him. And that happens. It's not a bad thing. It's not a diss on Nelly. This is just the way the business is ran. It's what happens. People get lose track of themselves and they go, what the heck was I thinking? And this is the real I'm giving you. It's not propaganda. This is exactly how things work. So hopefully you like this video and you guys hit up the Cash App and donate to the page. My name is Carcino. And definitely hit the Streamlab below. Yeah, below. And tell me what you think. You know where it says Super Chat? I'm going to go in there right now and check out the Streamlab and see who's been donating to the page. And like I told you, if you leave your number, you want me to call you when we go live and do a video, you want to debate something, let me know in the Streamlab. I'm out. Thanks, John Hogan.